I just want to say,
Yep.
I want to go on record. I hope every microphone, electronic device in this room is listening. Fuck that. Fuck your robots. Fuck your artificial intelligence. I hope you don't. If you do exist, fuck you. I'm come get me. Come get me. That's what I want.
We're about to find out, Big T.
Come fucking get me.
Siri, I love you.
Yeah, Arian, I think
you just doomed your whole fucking lineage.
No, this is perfect. We have the most perfect experiment possible. Billy is totally in favor of the AI system. Billy's like
Siri, I love you.
Half robot right now, and then Big T is very anti big AI.
And listen, so much so, last year or the year before, my sister came home from a Secret Santa deal with an Alexa, and I obviously don't live at home anymore. I don't give a shit. I made her give it to somebody else. Like, I wouldn't allow it in my parents' home. I don't. Yeah. I'm paranoid about what my phone hears me say. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is
at this point. I don't give a fuck if Jeff Bezos is.
Well, see, no, that's the wrong attitude to have.
But you know why? You know why? Because all Amazon Alexa wants to know is my consumption habits.
No, that's Billy. That's a very dangerous thing to think.
That's the only thing they want to know.
Let Big T go off.
That's like the most dangerous attitude you could possibly have. Is that they just want to know when I need more Gatorade? No, fuck that shit. They want to know everything. And even if you're like, I'm not doing like anything illegal, who cares? Until somebody walks into your apartment and tells you, bro, like, listen to this shit. Like, I heard that so-and-so, like, might have, like, hit somebody with their car. And then now you're incriminated in that. It's listened to on your Alexa. They call the police. The police come to question you. And that's just,
and you're gonna help cover up a murder?
No, dude, I'm telling you.
So you're only...
The most dangerous attitude you could possibly have about this whole thing is what you just said.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to live my life in fear. Let Jeff Bezos make me an endless consumer.
I mean, I'm on Team Big T here. I gotta say.
No, he's absolutely right. I mean, we literally just did a whole fucking podcast on how the government is doing dirty shit, and that was on their accord with all this data that they collect.
I feel passionately about this listening to people.
But Alexa isn't the government.
It's worse. It's a company more powerful than the government.
That honestly, at the end of the day, all they want is money. It's way worse. All they want is money.
No.
Well, who do you think lobbies to the government and these congressional people? It's these big companies, big corporations.
And Billy, how do you think they're going to get more money? By finding out more shit about you and your spending habits and all that.
We're in too deep already.
Your
iPhone has
Billy.
Your iPhone has your face. You've scanned your face to your iPhone. You're in it. You ever taken a Snapchat filter?
Nope.
You're lying.
I always wear sunglasses.
But that doesn't mean just because we have been fucked by the terms of agreement doesn't mean that we should just not
give up,
fight for the rights of human beings, man. Because it's literally, this is gonna get hella woke, but it's literally tearing the fabric of our society apart. If you look at the last election, strictly fueled by data, strictly fueled by Facebook ads and propaganda. You look at depression rates and suicide rates in teens going way up. That's because of the whole social media thing. So it's like, it's not nothing to fight for just because you don't mind being an Amazon consumer.
But I mean, like, how
literally human rights to fight for.
But at the end of the day, when is this fighting going to occur?
Nigga, we're not talking about fucking iRobot and fighting robots.
But what should I start doing? Stockpiling guns when the robot police get me?
It would honestly be a lot simpler if it was a robot army.
Yeah, if it wasn't much easier than
every computer that we had on our
Billy,
desk.
the robots are feeding the information to people with potentially very dangerous motives. That's the problem.
Because I would fuck up a robot.
So are you saying that the government might manipulate us through computers?
It's not the government. It's something far more powerful and dangerous than the government.
They're manipulating you to buy stuff that shows up on your Amazon, your Instagram thing.
The government.
That's not true, Billy. That's not true. There's literally do you believe that Russia interfered with our election?
No.
I think that Russia fucks with us. Russia absolutely tries to interfere with everything.
But everybody fucks with everybody.
It's clear they did. Like, there was literally, but what we do,
I think I put Russia election interference at the same weight as. Okay.
What?
Well, here's the thing. It's inconclusive whether or not their interference impacted anything, but it is explicitly conclusive that Russia is trying to destabilize us no matter what, and that was my point. We're trying to do the same thing to other countries. Like, it's not unique. that Russia would want to mess. They've been messing with their entire hemisphere and the United States for the last 60 years.
Right, but
the point, Billy, the point was that the dissension that they want to cause is through these venues or these
right.
vessels, which social media and stuff like that. Like, this is literally a part of it. It's like, this is a great example. There is a small country, I forget what it's called, but the only internet that they have is Facebook, right?
Oh, it's I think it's Myanmar.
Yeah,
like
you're right,
everything is
and
run
so
through Facebook.
The only internet they have is Facebook. Like, so when you think about getting on the internet, there's all these options, right? When they open it, it's just Facebook, right? And so they think that's what the internet is. And so what has happened is, just like what happened over here, is they started attacking through propaganda and all this. They started characterizing some other religious group in their country, saying they're bad and they want to kill people. They don't know that this is propaganda. They think this is all it is. And so now there was a war brewing between these two groups of people. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're talking about, Billy. It's not talking about.
I understand that. No, that's totally valid, and that is data mining, which was something but that happened here, though. It does happen here, but it happens here on a broad scale from both sides.
But we're not
talking about politics.
Do you think that do you think political violence?
It happens on it. It's coming from both sides.
No, sure. But my question: do you think political violence can be fueled by online anything?
Yes. 100%.
So if you agree with that premise, then you have to agree with there are human rights issues to address.
Oh, with data mining, 100%. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, with the AI.
But the consumerist nature of the data, of some of the data mining, such as taking your face, Alexa listening to you.
Let me ask.
Is not to the point.
So do you believe that the absolute only purpose whatsoever for Amazon Alexa is like to find out when you need more snacks? Like, that's the only thing it's used for?
No. It is. You know what? The thing is, if you start to look, if I were to be like really go into this, this is the type of thing like, oh, they are taking all our information and making us, they're doing absolute evil. Like, we got to do something about it.
No, it's not that they are; it's that they can.
Right.
Correct.
That's what we're talking about.
And these are the kind of ideas.
Even if it's benign right now, even if it's nothing crazy happening, the fact that there's a possibility that they can take your data and use that as a weapon and weaponize it against you and against us in general, that is something that needs to be addressed.
I just believe in staying grounded a little.
Here's a concrete example of this. If there's an internet service provider that at some point decides to release everybody's browsing history, all of its customers' browsing histories. Let's say, like, I don't know, the company's going under or whatever. They hit the button and you can look up what everybody in the world searched online using their service. Like, you think that would fuck some stuff up? And those companies don't have any sort of oversight. Like, Amazon doesn't have any oversight over it. Like, back in the day, they had to try to control your mind in the CIA by using LSD and drugs. Now, if like Snapchat drops a sick filter that makes you look hot as shit, that controls your mind in a different way, where you see so many pictures of yourself looking really hot, and then you see yourself in the mirror and you look like shit, and boom, like depression rates go up a little bit. Like there is stuff that the companies are doing without any oversight whatsoever. I'm very woke on not trusting any of these companies with all my stuff.
Here's one more small aspect of this, right? These big tech companies that data mine, right? Mm-hmm. They have access to the most valuable thing in the world, and that's information, right? And so they take this information to stay ahead of economic trends that potentially crush small businesses, which both sides of the aisle say are the most important backbone of society, right? Of American society. So like, you have big corporations leveling out the mom and pop stores because they know what people want, they know what people need at a higher rate than somebody just servicing their community. That's another big issue to address.
Because then at some point, your only career path is to work for one of those companies, starting at the ground floor, or it's still work for those companies, but in a department that allows the company to get even bigger. And it's just kind of one of those things that's going to keep growing.
And all I was going to say to what you said the thing about releasing everybody's browser history, now imagine it's just something that you said on the phone to a friend.
But well, I'm gonna be honest. The reason I can't live like that. I can't live thinking that like I may be just choosing to live in ignorance because I can't live like thinking like everything is out to get me.
I mean, Billy,
I don't think everything is out to get me. I'm sitting here with an iPhone with a microphone on it that's on my person at all times. But like at a certain point, I'm not going to exacerbate that by buying every product that's like going to listen to me in the privacy of my own home.
Honestly, I kind of like Alexa. If it is kind of, it's like, yo, Alexa, go play this. Like Alexa kind of is pretty chill.
it gets you.
Like Alexa like plays music for me. I can just
For
ask
now.
Alexa.
What Billy's saying, actually, like there's a lot of truth to it that we're all very lazy to a certain extent, and as long as my Spotify Discover Weekly playlist continues to be fire because it knows my listening patterns, then I'm gonna be immune. I'm not gonna be as woke to a lot of the other stuff because it does make your life a lot more convenient.
I'm choosing to live in, ignorance.
Yeah.
Because if I start living thinking that all these evil things are happening, then you start getting into this cycle which just isn't healthy, and then you end up raiding the Capitol.
Yeah, so
I don't think that's a fair characterization at all.
But with things, they're all evil. Everything's evil. There's a whole structure.
I think you just took a gigantic leap.
Yours is the first step.
It's like
I'm
living
not going to let you say that. That's bullshit.
Right? And you're aware that there are bears that will fucking kill you.
Right.
Now, you don't got to live in fear of the bears, but don't pretend like they're not there. Don't take precautions that the bears don't also exist in this forest with you. That's all we're saying. I'm not saying be paranoid about the bears.
But
I'm just saying the bears are there and they're very real.
You don't speak for me. You don't speak for me.
You think
no, but I'm not going to walk out into the woods with a fucking bear call and call them to me.
But if you saw a bear, would you shoot it?
No.
If you thought it was coming to attack you?
Yes.
Am I holding a gun? Yeah, I would shoot the bear. What does that have to do with anything, Billy?
So you think Alexa's a threat?
What the fuck?
I think Billy's backed himself
This
guy
dug into a trench. I kind of dug into a trench, and I have nowhere to go.
And now you're just.
I mean, this is.
You're gonna dig down until you get out. Yeah.
Throw some cold water on it. Billy the hot takes today he's ran his course.
Too hot.
Yeah. But I think what Billy's point was, if I could try to speak for you a little bit, is that we're all complacent about it.
Right.
Fuck yeah, we're all complacent. I mean, you're listening to a podcast right now, right? So you presumably used an Apple service or Spotify, or you use the internet. And as long as you don't have like some sort of connection that I don't even know about, then you are also a little bit complacent, just like us. But Arian's right. Like, be precautious. I think that's what we're saying. And also just don't trust anything that doesn't have oversight, because those big tech companies are a lot like the CIA was back then. They don't answer to anybody now, just like the CIA did not answer to anybody back then. So they're going to take some liberties with a lot of shit. But all right, I think that probably brings this episode of Macrodosing to an end, episode 3, MK Ultra. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay very woke. If a attractive woman or a male approaches you at any given time, just remember they're probably working in the CIA, and they do not have your best interest in heart. So reject their advances at all costs, please. We also learned that Billy would continue to go back to those safe houses back in the day because, hey, this hooker makes a pretty good Rob Roy. So taste.
And her name's Alexa.
That's the modern day hooker. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any parting thoughts from anybody? Arian, you got anything?
No, man. Watch out for the CIA operatives because they out there in full effect.
Yep. And next week we're gonna have Coley back on the show.
Perfect.
All the topics that have been coming in from you guys have been much appreciated. We appreciate all the ratings y'all have been leaving us. We're way up there in the rankings again. So I guess you guys somehow really enjoy what we're doing here. We like doing it. It's a very fun part of our week. So hopefully you guys like this one too. Please remember to subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube. Get up to 100,000 subscribers within the month, and Big T is going to do mushrooms with us. So that's our goal. That's where we're going to get. And listen wherever you find this podcast, Apple, Spotify. Subscribe. Leave a review, unsubscribe, then resubscribe again. And we love you guys, and we will see you next week.